I have some questions about how to be safe in the house, maybe is a big umbrella heading for the question I have. I'm down in the house, away from the front door, and somebody comes to the door and they pound on the door. It's not easy for me to get up the little ramp. It goes up about three steps, not 3 flights of stairs, 3 steps to make it to the front door. By the time I get there, they might be gone or not. But is there a way is there some kind of assistive technology that would help with knowing who's there?
That's the beauty of living in this day and age. There are so many different, technologies to create a smart home. You can really pretty much automate anything. So you can have a voice activated door lock. There's also keypads for door locks. So if you have a neighbor that's bringing in a package for you, or somebody stopping by, they can have their own personal keypad entry code. You can also have a smart doorbell where you can see on your phone or your tablet or probably even your TV who's at the door, talk with them, answer that call when they press the doorbell. You can tell them, wait, it's going to take me a minute, but I want to come up and greet you. Or you can say, just leave it at the front door. Thank you so much. Or you can say, get off my property if you want. There's also other options, such as smart thermostats, where you can say, Alexa, or whoever is your smart thermostat, and say, turn up the temperature to 72 degrees, or turn on the AC, or run the fan. You can also order things such as groceries or other items. If you're out of toilet paper, you can say to your smart device, order another 12-pack of toilet paper rolls. And you can do all kinds of really cool things like that. There's also lighting, which can be controlled, or even fans controlled by speech. And even through a tablet or a smartphone or things of that nature, which is way better than the clapper. If you remember the clapper, we've come a long way. Other items that I'm thinking of, there's garage door systems that can be controlled remotely. You can have motion sensor lighting, which is really, really great, such as if you're using the bathroom in the middle of the night and it's hard to get your body up and moving, you're a little stiff, the muscles are a little bit slow to respond. And if you have the motion sensor lighting underneath your bed, for instance, or underneath the cabinets or vanity in the bathroom, that can allow you to see better. One of my major focuses as a physical therapist is preventing falls because of the secondary impairments, besides the problems that develop with ALS. If you were to also break a hip and end up in the hospital, or be more prone to something like a pneumonia, that's going to be a major, major issue. And so if we can prevent some of those secondary impairments by preventing falls, that makes a huge difference in quality of life.
You said a lot, and I heard a lot of it, and I think some of it went probably into one ear, and I'm not sure it went. It's kind of overwhelming to imagine all the various toys, devices that are available. Does one Google or Amazon or wherever one asks questions and just have this stuff delivered? Or do you call the ALS Association local chapter and say, help, I need consulting. I can't even remember my password, much less how to get a video doorbell or electronic door locks. This is a lot of stuff to have to deal with if you aren't particularly mobile.
It's a lot to plan and a lot to process and a lot to figure out. And you're right on both of those strategies. I think, doing a simple Google search, looking at smart home adaptations, also checking in with your local chapter of the ALS Association. Sometimes they have educational videos or documents or web pages where they can provide information. Also, the representative that you're working with from the ALS Association has lots of good ideas that they can share with you. You can share your specific challenges and they can help guide you in the right direction based on, where you're having trouble or where you could use some assistance. And then also working with your multidisciplinary clinic, such as the ALS clinic that I work in. Each of those different members of the clinic, whether it's the pulmonologist and respiratory therapist or your occupational therapist or your your speech and language pathologist, we all have lots of ideas of ways that can help you just live your life a little bit more easily and conveniently and efficiently.
Well, I know for myself, and I think I'm speaking for my wife as well, pretty sure I am, we're not particularly good at this stuff. So going to the ALS Association local chapter and asking for help there would be a place to go, as well as at the multidisciplinary clinics that people will have knowledge. I guess what I'm looking for is somebody who's able to take me by the hand and guide me through the thicket of dozens of choices and help me make the right decision. Is that a reasonable expectation?
I think that's completely reasonable. And I think, you know, there are some people, there's a subset of individuals that don't care about the money and they would prefer the ease of just saying, here's my money, do the things to make this better for me. And that can end up costing you definitely an arm and a leg, but some people prefer that for the convenience aspect of it. But then I think if you're wanting to kind of select specific areas that you'd like to target, if you're not a big smart home kind of a person to begin with, you don't want it to be so automated that you're not able to really control it properly. So I think having somebody guide you is really helpful so that you can, again, select the areas where you need the assistance. You notice where things could be a little easier, you know, when you're talking with your spouse and saying, you know, what would make this task just a little bit easier is if I had this. But I think a lot of times we don't realize that thing that you're dreaming of actually exists already. And it's just a matter of doing some research or talking with someone that has some expertise in this area. So ultimately, with this discussion around the smart home adaptations, the true goal here is just being able to maintain your safety as well as maintaining your independence for as long as you can. And being able to do things on your own is just so truly valuable and satisfying. And so that's where I believe the smart home technology can really serve a good purpose for us.